Well, hi there. I'm in Canyonlands National Park, just outside of Moab. We're going to hike the Alcove Spring Trail down to Taylor Canyon. It's about 6 miles today. We're going to do some exploring and camp down there tonight, and then head back up tomorrow. It's downhill on the way there. We're carrying a little over a gallon of water each, and we've got about a liter of water in us from drinking this morning. So we'll be stopping for some pee breaks on the way. But we go down 1,500 feet till we get to the canyon bottom. Of course, that means we have to come back up tomorrow. The good news is we won't be carrying 8+ pounds of water. Should be beautiful. Come along with us. What a gorgeous day. It's beginning November, and it's going to be almost 60 degrees Fahrenheit today.
I was joined by my brother Darrell for this adventure. You may recognize him from my Bitterroot and Wind River videos.
A little stretch coming down through here at the beginning. It's pretty rough. Basically, do not follow any creek beds or washes, and keep looking for the rocks, but people have put them all over the place. So you can see the trail down there. I think once we get there, we're in pretty good shape. Would not want to do this after a rain. This rock would be very slick. Little section of flat trail here. I thought I'd take a chance and check in. It's a pretty brutal hike. You look back and it's like, I don't even know how we came down it. But boy, the scenery down here is amazing. Just what I was expecting. We tried to go to the Grand Canyon, didn't get permits, so we thought, well, we'll try this and see how it goes and keep trying for the Grand Canyon. But so far, it's pretty cool. That wasn't fun. Well, it looks like we finally made it to the bottom. Got a little hairy there at the bottom, but glad we're done with that. You get it all done in one fell swoop, and I guess now it's just mostly more level hiking down the wash here. Just stunning, absolutely stunning. Well, it must be something to see a rock like that come down from up top.
Interestingly, the backcountry ranger we talked to when getting the permit said he liked to camp near the canyon walls. After seeing these rocks, we decided that it was better maybe to camp out in the middle of the wash area.
Well, the colors in that creek bed are pretty amazing. We've been seeing a lot of deer prints, but we thought we saw hoof marks like from a horse, but that doesn't make any sense. We haven't seen any droppings. So just continuing down, I think eventually we get down in the wash, but we're just going back and forth across it.
Since we didn't get started to almost noontime, after a few miles it was time for lunch, and this looked like a good place with some shade.
Now we are seeing little pockets of water. They did have some rain about a week or so ago. Could have probably filtered that one. The other one was a little bit too shallow. But we're we didn't even bring the filter. We're just going as is. We do have some tablets if we get in an emergency type situation.
An interesting note, both backcountry rangers we talked to for the Eye on the Sky and the Needles District of Canyonlands told us that there was no water available. I think that's their stock answer. It had rained less than a week before we hiked, and we found plenty of water that we could have filtered on our trips. So your mileage will vary based on how much rain they've gotten, but I think they just do that to be safe and cautious. We finally got our first views of Moses and Zeus.
So if you go down that way, you go to the Green River eventually, and there's actually a Jeep road that comes up a ways there. We're going to head up this canyon a ways. I think it's actually Taylor Canyon, actually. So we're going to head up, see if we can find a place to camp. So as we're looking for a campsite, all of a sudden we spied this, and it looks like an old fence post. Some baling wire there, and actually saw, you can see down there at the top of a tin can. So I'm guessing people must have camped up here.
We finally picked out a spot that had a great view, and then we went up the hill a bit and enjoyed dinner and a nice view and some stargazing.
Wow, what a beautiful campsite we had there. Nice view of Moses and Zeus. Beautiful night. Darrell said it got down to 29 or 28 degrees last night. Although I was up at 2 o'clock, it didn't seem that bad. I was taking some star photos. Hopefully those will turn out nicely and you'll see them. Anyway, we're heading back. We're trying to time it so we get to the climb after 12 o'clock, so it's in the shade. It's about 10 now, so we're gonna just mosey up, maybe take some lunch and water up and head up the climb. It's nice to get rid of 2.5 liters of water though. So we're leaving Taylor Canyon there and heading up this other wash to the Alcove. We're on the Alcove Spring Trail. I'm not sure what the name of this creek is, or wash, or canyon. I'll have to figure it out. But we're just going to keep on going. Probably not going to shoot a lot of video today. So about 2 miles into your hike from the top, you'll hit this. We went across and followed the markings and went over there and then went into the wash. We just came up the wash. I'd say your money's much better route. Just go right down the wash at this point. So in this zone, I think a lot of those zones, you're supposed to stay off this type of looking stuff. I guess it's a living organism. If you step on it, it takes like 50 years for it to recover. So you're supposed to stay on the trail, or at least off that stuff. Well, we're getting close to where we're going to stop and have some lunch before we do our final ascent up to the top. We have, I think, about a mile, 1,000 vertical feet. It's going to be steep. It was kind of sketchy coming down, a little scary. I usually find things are less scary going up. I hope that's the case. The 1,000 vertical feet climbing out of the canyon isn't that big of an ordeal. It's not going to be easy, but we'll get there. Been a beautiful backpacking trip. Gorgeous down here. So somehow we got to get up that wall and behind that ridge there. We know there's a trail, but boy, it sure doesn't look it from the bottom, does it? Anyway, we got some food in us, some more liquids. Nice and slow up to the top.
We determined that this section of the trail had been blasted out because we could see the drill holes for the dynamite.
We're getting there, almost to the top. Well, we're almost here to the top. Thought I'd finish it up. I think it's going to be about 6.5 miles, 1,600 vertical feet of climbing coming back out. It's a beautiful, beautiful backpacking trip. But if you're kind of scared of heights, not real experienced, there are some very sketchy parts heading down into the canyon, so beware of that. Otherwise, man, if you want solitude and beauty, Taylor Canyon, Canyonlands Park, give it a try. Till the next adventure, I'll see ya.
Ever since 2022, when Julie and I visited Canyonlands National Park, I'd wanted to come back here and backpack in the park, kind of a bucket list thing. Glad I came back and did it. It was a great overnight backpack trip. There's some other ones you could do too, so check it out.
Thank you for watching our video. Like it if you liked it. Please comment below and subscribe so you can stay current with our adventures.